Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast, Episode 2. This week we're talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Episode 3, Witch. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
Which episode?
Witch.
Yes. Justin.
Witch. Alright, so this episode originally aired on March 17th, 1997, attracting a viewership of 4.6 million people, which is slightly down from the pilot episode, but not by a whole lot, which is, really good. Because normally there's a 20 to 30% drop from a pilot to your next episode. And here they only lost about 200,000 people.
There must have been nothing better to watch, really.
So thankfully some people stuck.
Yes, thankfully some people stuck around for this episode. Alright, so in this episode, we start off with Giles having some misgivings about Buffy deciding to try out for the cheerleading team. She's doing this in order to reclaim some of her happy, normal social life she enjoyed back in LA.
Because,
No,
being a vampire slayer, having a normal life's a little difficult.
During the tryouts, the hands of a girl named Amber spontaneously combust. An unknown person is shown to using Barbie dolls dressed as cheerleaders in a voodoo-like ritual over a cauldron.
Oh no.
Her hands are on fire!
The next day, Cordelia is struck blind during her driver's ed class and is saved from wandering into traffic in the nick of time by Buffy.
Did they try to get her into a car accident so she would become a cripple or something?
Well, get her out of the way.
That too.
According to Giles, blinding enemies is a favorite trick amongst witches. Amy Madison, another contender for the cheerleading squad, seems to be under intense pressure to compete from her domineering mother, a star cheerleader in her day, and is crushed when she only makes the substitute list after Cordelia, Chase, and Buffy. Believing Amy to be the witch, Buffy, Xander, and Willow collect some of Amy's hair during science class. To prove that she cast the spells, Amy goes home and orders her mother to do her homework, while she goes upstairs with a bracelet she stole from Buffy during class. The next morning, Buffy is behaving in a somewhat unstable manner. She blows her chance at the cheerleading squad when she tosses the head cheerleader Joy through the room, ceding her place to Amy. Yeah. Buffy turns out to have something more than just a mood disorder, though. A Bloodstone Vengeance spell has been cast and is slowly destroying her immune system, giving her only about 3 hours to live. The only way to cure her and break the other spells is to get the witch's spell book and reverse the magic. The ailing Buffy and Giles confront Amy's mother, Catherine, and find out that Catherine switched bodies with her daughter months before, saying that Amy was wasting her youth, so she took it for herself. Giles finds the witch's book and takes Amy and Buffy back to the school to break the spells. This is going to get a little complicated because there's people who've done body switching. So I'm going to refer to her as Amy Thrin.
Amy Thrin? No, I think you're making it more confusing.
Yeah. I don't care. It's
just call it the
daughter
witch.
And the mother.
Fine, you're taking all the fun out of this for me. Alright, so the chick in the daughter's body is cheering Sunnydale's basketball team when she starts getting flashes of what Giles is trying to do. Xander and Willow are unable to stop her from storming into the science lab with an axe, but buy enough time for Giles to break the spells.
Yeah.
Amy and Catherine are restored to their own bodies, and Buffy feels well enough to fight in the nick of time. However, Amy's mother's power is too great, and is only by reflecting the last spell back onto her that Buffy saves the day. Catherine vanishes with a scream. And at the very end of the episode, when Amy and Buffy talk in the school hall the next day, they pass the trophy collection, where the cheerleading trophy of Catherine the Great stands, while both girls wonder where Amy's mother ended up. The camera pulls close to the statue's face, revealing the mother's eyes and a muffled voice pleading for help.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, makes me think of a plot that was in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in part 4, where they turn the one guy into a rock. They didn't decide to kill him, they just made him a big stone monument.
That works.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, witch magic can be fun, but you gotta be careful where you aim those things or you're gonna need to deal with the consequences.
I love at the beginning of the episode where it just shows Giles just like, this is madness. And Buffy's like, what, you don't like the color?
No, you just gotta love those sorts of interactions
It's great.
they have with it.
And then they tried to, and then Willow and Xander came in trying to kill the supposed
the daughter.
witch, even though their body is already switched back. They
Quick,
didn't
Buffy,
know
cut
that
her head
they
off.
Had a different body or whatever.
I love Xander's like, oh no, I took care of it, don't worry.
Yes, he takes the
You
credit.
did nothing, sir.
He took the credit just cause.
Yes. I think it's Xander who has a line. Oh no, it's Giles. Where they're talking about, I forget exactly what the conversation is, but he's like, well, pardon me for finding the glass half full. And they're talking about like all the dead bodies and stuff, and it's just like,
Is he trying to be optimistic? I'm not sure.
it's great. Xander has one of my favorite quotes when they're trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, I laugh in the face of danger, and then hide until it goes away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this scene where Buffy goes home, and her mom's there, and she's got all this stuff for the gallery.
Yes.
Why'd she have it all sent to their house?
I don't know.
Why not have it sent to the gallery, you know?
Is this supposed to make a plot point for a future episode or something?
I'll never tell.
I think it just might have been the case that they needed something.
They needed the fertility statue joke. That is the entire reason for that, I'm willing to bet. Because they wanted a dick joke.
Okay.
Is this just going to be a thing? Every either particular season or every couple of episodes they just need to throw in a dick joke?
Maybe. There's this great moment where Xander and Willow are having a conversation, and Xander's like, "That's why I like you, Willow. You're like one of them. You're my guy friend who knows about girls." And she's like, "Great, I'm a guy."
And then, of course, that gets lovely reversed when
Yes.
Buffy's in her wonderful state. She's like, Xander, I need to tell you something. With Willow piping up, Buffy, there's no time. Let her speak.
Yeah, she's like, "Let me tell you why I love you, Xander." And Willow's like, "No, we have to hurry." And Xander's like, "No, let her speak."
You're like one of the girls.
So the episode where Xander was attempting to confess to her?
Yeah, where he gives her the bracelet and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh no, that's how it came at the store." I swear. I love that there's one part where they're like, after Cordelia's been blinded and almost killed, they're in the library again, and and Giles is like, "Well, who would want to hurt Cordelia?" And Willow's like, "Maybe they met her." Oh, did I say that? That's great. So eventually we get into their science class, where Amy has some of the potion spilled on her arm and it turns blue.
Yes.
Which is meant to say that, like, she's the witch. It seemingly confirms she's the witch. However, she is freaked out when the girl in the class has no mouth. Which is a surprisingly good effect for, like, 97.
No, it's definitely true. And when I first sort of saw that, I was kind of like, and yet she reacts. I am mildly concerned that that's not the actual case, but still there is possibility. Tension for the story.
I'd say they probably had like some kind of like clay or something.
Yeah, but either way, it looks really good,
Yeah.
like, considering.
No.
Yeah.
So, Giles' concussion count hits 1 in this episode.
Huh.
Giles somehow gets concussed by getting hit in the stomach by a desk. I don't know how.
I thought it was more so of a case that she used the force pushness and
Yeah,
forced
but
the
this-
disc into him.
It hits him in the stomach and somehow knocks him out.
Well, knocks him back, hits his head, and then knocks him out.
I guess. It just...
It would be my best guess. I don't know. I'd probably have to watch the playback again.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what happens. It's just kind of funny. So this is the first appearance of somebody getting black eyes when they're using magic.
Yeah.
Which is going to come up a fair few times in the series.
Oh man, that dark magic's...
Okay, so Giles, near the end of the episode, says that this is the first time for him casting a spell.
Okay.
Bullshit. I claim bullshit, that's a lie, and you'll understand why later. But that's
Okay.
bullshit.
Maybe they didn't really write him as well at the time or something.
Either that or they were going to think of some interesting stuff to add into the story. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, wait, there's another particular thing.
Yeah, like, in Season 2, we're going to get more about Giles. It's just they done fucked up.
It's like writing. Okay, here's the script.
How about the first time in the series that he cast magic?
Fuck you.
Fine. I know, it's really lame, but I mean...
So this is the first episode we've had. I mean, it's only the third total, but this is the only time we've had nobody die yet.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
Catherine technically lives.
Well, yes, there
Yes,
was
she
just
does.
horrible burn injury, nearly hit by a vehicle. Couple particular people had some very strange occurrences happen to them.
But nobody ended up in a body bag.
No, just someone ended up in a statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
the witch isn't
arguably worse
exactly
than
dead,
death, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sort of leaves you to question whether it's a case of human body inside of a statue, or they're the statue now and they're most likely going to exist until a thing happens.
I wonder if she wishes for death now.
Probably. Probably.
And most likely it's just going to be a case of whenever watching the episode, it's like, "Hi, witch!" Whenever they go by the trophy case.
Who knows? They might call back to this later at some point.
Oh, I wouldn't be too surprised with your chin stroking.
Alrighty, so who was your favorite character in this episode? Let's start with Dave.
No, I think on the whole Buffy definitely kind of stole it, especially with her super energetic, hyper cheerleaderness and sadly using a bit of her Slayer strength, which she didn't mean to.
I would have to agree with David. Indeed.
The Slayer strength while cheerleading is pretty funny.
Oh.
Because she's like, here! Uh-oh.
Whoopsie.
She throws the other chick like all the way across the gym, and it's really funny. So for me, it's going to be Xander. Because I just think Xander's really on point in this episode. He has some great lines.
Mm.
He's just... Xander is fantastic. I laugh in the face of the danger and then hide until he goes away. Okay. So, did either of you have any thoughts on this episode that you wanted to bring up?
It was enjoyable, nobody really died, and it was okay.
Thankfully, Buffy got lucky. Lucky with just being able to reflect the spell as she did.
Convenient mirror.
Yes, convenient mirrors, convenient.
Yes. Because, yeah, with everything else she's kind of faced and her still supposed newness, yeah, G would not be able to stand up to the witch.
Not yet, at least.
Man.
I do have one quick fun fact about this episode. So, the actress who plays Cordelia, Charisma Carpenter, was actually a professional cheerleader for one season for the, I'm going to say, San Diego Chargers football team in like 1991. So, the funny thing is she doesn't actually really do any cheerleading in this episode. Like, she gets very little screen time.
Supposed
She
cash.
got the role for cheerleading and didn't really do much cheerleading in the episode.
Yeah, they wrote a cheerleading episode and they had somebody who was like legitimately a professional cheerleader and they're like, no, don't do any of that on screen though.
The most that's going to happen is you're going to be knocked down by one of the other actresses.
I just thought that was kind of funny. So, if neither of you have anything to add...
No, I think it's just going to be a case of trying to spot the witch in any further on episode.
Burn the witch.
Alrighty, so next week we will be talking about the episode Teacher's Pet. In that episode, Buffy's biology teacher is killed by a giant praying mantis that assumes the form of a beautiful substitute teacher.
Because you know, praying mantises can do that.
Yeah.
That's not a joke, that's actually going to happen, guys.
I thought teacher's pet meant something else.
And Xander's going to be seduced by a praying mantis.
That's kind of what we were expecting.
That'll be next week, though. In closing, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.